I'm Amy Cherry. This local news is a service of Flagler County's Toyota dealer, Beaver Toyota, here to wow ya. If Sheriff Rick Staley had his way, his people would never occupy the Sheriff's Office Operations Center again. That word coming in a memo to his employees. The facility has been dubbed a sick building after more than 30 employees filed workers' comp claims saying the building made them ill. But so far, testing hasn't found anything wrong with the building that was constructed on the site of a former hospital. The sheriff is also expecting a report from an independent consultant that he hired that he says may contradict other testing that's been done.
To give me his assessment on what is wrong with the building or what needs to be done to determine what's wrong. His analysis is very different than the analysis that has been provided to the county by their consultants.
The report will be presented in an August 30th workshop. The CDC is also slated to speak with Sheriff's Office employees over Labor Day weekend.
NIOSH has said their reports could take 3 months to a year. So obviously we can't continue to work in the decentralized areas that we are now. So there is going to have to be some kind of interim solution before we have maybe a final solution.
The county may have to drill into a section of the building to determine whether moldy wood is being covered up.
This portion of WNZF Local News, a service of the Daytona Beach International Airport. Fly to the Big Apple in a New York minute on JetBlue from the Daytona Beach International Airport.
AT&T plans to upgrade cell reception in part of Palm Coast where service has been shoddy. Tony Magoo reports.
Palm Coast just might get a brand spanking new 150-foot telecommunications tower on Belchair Parkway near Fire Station 23. This will be great news for anyone with AT&T service that dies right at the firehouse. City Manager Jim Landon was asked why the change.
The existing tower we have there doesn't handle the type of equipment necessary for 5G and really a better coverage that we're obviously striving for.
Diamond Towers has offered to build a new tower, move over the 2 carriers on the existing tower to the new one, and then the old one will be torn down. There is a financial upside to this for the city.
The new tower will go up right next to it. They will take the equipment off of the existing tower, the old tower, put it onto the new tower, and we won't count that as new antennas. Under our agreement with Diamond, new antennas, they get 60% of the revenue. We get 40% because they build the tower. In this case, we get 100%.
What's the other reason for this besides financial?
One of the reasons for this is AT&T is not on the tower, and they've indicated that with the new tower that they would be a third carrier on that at that particular location. So that's a good thing.
For Flagler's Morning News, I'm Tony Magoo.
Palm Coast has a new fire chief. John Arking has the details.
Palm Coast Deputy Fire Chief Jerry Forte will be promoted to Fire Chief effective in September, succeeding longtime Palm Coast Fire Chief Michael Beadle, who's retiring. City Manager Jim Landon made the announcement at Tuesday's City Council meeting.
I don't think this is any surprise, but I would like to formally announce what everybody is expecting, and that is that I am officially appointing Deputy Chief Jerry Forte as our next Fire Chief. Thank you.
Dozens of firefighters, future firefighters, and fire volunteers had gathered as the council voted to donate a fire truck to the Fire Academy at Flagler Palm Coast High School. Forte started as a Palm Coast volunteer firefighter in 1990, becoming a career member as a firefighter EMT in September of 1992. Rising through the ranks, he has served as deputy fire chief since 2009. Forte acknowledged his gratitude towards Beadle, calling him a friend and brother who's been in his life for 30 years. From the WNZF Newsroom, I'm John Arkin.
Matanzas High School is home to a new law and justice program with the Flagler County Sheriff's Office that's open to all county public school students. Sheriff Rick Staley.
Students that are interested in a career in criminal justice or legal studies to get some hands-on experience, get some book work, and ultimately they will earn 12 college credit hours if they stay in the program throughout their years at Matanzas High School.
He hopes the program will open students' eyes to the idea that police work is much more than just pulling people over.
Whether it's CSI, it's victim advocates, it's records, it's being a 911 operator, to law enforcement deputy, sheriff, to corrections. So there are many, many different fields within the criminal justice umbrella. And frankly, I'm hoping that we can hire some future employees when they graduate from high school and decide they want to join us.
And now you're up to date on Flagler's Morning News. I'm Amy Cherry.